if you want to know the end of a thing, look at the beginning. That just goes to say the beginning of a thing, like how you start is as important as how you end something. That's an African proverb. And African proverbs are really, really wise sayings. Good morning and welcome to the conversation on TOS Television Network, your digital first Pan-African news network. And as always, the conversation promises to be quite engaging and insightful. My name is Adesu Osui, and we're starting with stories from across Africa, starting with these from South Africa. So South Africa's intelligence services failed to foresee and disrupt days of arson and looting last year. A report into the unrest commissioned by the president in August and released on Monday disclosed. So the report also said the intelligence was reluctant to gather information on certain political individuals, fearing to be accused of interfering in politics. And away from South Africa to Guinea-Bissau, where unknown gunmen attacked a Guinea-Bissau radio station. Nearly a week after an attempted coup in Guinea-Bissau, the sound of heavy gunfire was heard in the capital that created panic among some civil servants seen fleeing their homes. The attack by unknown gunmen was on the offices of Capital Radio, a private radio station. Equipment, including transmitter, mixing console, and all of that were destroyed. But it is not clear who carried out the attack on the same radio station that was previously targeted in July 2020. And that's it for development across Africa. But before I proceed with the show, I'll be bringing you COVID-19 updates from across Africa. Yes, COVID is still out there. It's still real, so you need to do your part so you and me and the next person is safe. So COVID-19 update from across Africa. And after that, we'll be delving straight into the big story. You're still watching the conversation on TOS Television Network. But before I proceed with the show, don't forget you can be a part of the conversation by following us across all social media platforms. That's TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Now, straight into the crux of the conversation, that is the big story. Just yesterday, it was announced that Yoruba Nation agitator, that's Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho's, detention in Benin Republic was extended by another 6 months. That has, generated some sort of controversy. And that's what we're going to be looking at on the conversation this morning. Is the extension of the detention necessary or is it condemnable? I have with me Mr. Charles Ozuemena, a communication and media expert, to help me do justice to that topic. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Good morning, viewers.
Okay, good morning. So as of today, Sunday Igboho has spent about 204 days in detention in Benin Republic. That's much longer for someone who has not really been convicted of any offense. And then some persons of the opinion that his trial is more, there's more than meets the eye, with this whole trial. Some persons have tagged it a political trial rather than just saying somebody committed an offense. What's your take on that?
Okay, first of all, I'm not a lawyer,
Okay.
so in case if I make some legalistic jargon, so I think I should be forgiven. But on the ordinarily, that news was was a sad news to people who are apostles of justice and fairness. And it goes to show that Africa has an issue. For you to get justice over here is really a very big problem compared to, developed world where, human rights and, your right to fair hearing is as difficult as climbing the mountain like Kilimanjaro or whatever. And you have held somebody for more than 200 days and then you are extending it without even a charge on him. Of course, it is very, very obvious that there are some, sinister moves, and going on, probably between Benin Republic and back home here, even though you can't clearly lay your hands on something, but at least it gives you some spikes of assumption for you to make. and to realize that, look, there is something going on. You held him, yes, you condemned the Benin Republic, said that he violated the immigration rules, okay? So clearly you know his offenses, so why don't you charge him to court? Why don't you put him to trial? So why extending his detention? That is condemnable. And for me, and for those who advocate for justice and fairness, to everybody, irrespective of our color, creed, it is an injustice on its own. And I don't know why the Benin Republic should take that kind of, decision.
Okay. How do you think this speaks to the image of Benin Republic and of Nigeria as well? Because Nigeria is even yet to ask for him to be extradited to the country.
Yeah, but of course, it equally belittles the image of Benin Republic. And it shows that Africa has a long way to go. And people like me feel very sad that at this stage of globalization and exposure, to I just don't even can reconcile the reason why, because they did not even give any reason at all for his extension. If they had given any reason, then one would have understood that, okay, probably begin to put one on one together to see whether it was justifiable or not. But it's a sad one. Okay. And it's not good for the image of that country.
Okay. Some persons have tagged it a preventive detention, saying that having to release him is not safe for the society at this point, especially releasing him because it's supposed to be political, because the person have tagged him a political prisoner and all of that because of his agitation for the Yoruba nation. And then saying that having to let him out at this point before the trial is not going to be good for the country, might cause political unrest and all of that. Where do you stand on that one?
My stand is different. I look at it as a Pacific inclined guy. I believe that Sunday Igboho is a symptom of the unfairness in the Nigerian political system. He is just a representation of the millions of the Yorubas who are not happy with the way the Nigerian political system is being run. The unfairness and the injustice. It's just like having a man who has 6 children and then you're favoring one. There's no how the 5 will not be agitated. There's no how the 5 that you are oppressing, along with the 1 that you favor, will not rise against and protest. There's no how. Okay. So Sunday Igboho is just a symptom of the reason why this country needs to restructure and be accommodative to everybody, to all the whole sections of this country. If we cook a food together on the table and you carry it and give to only one side, and it's very, very obvious, there's no how, that won't be a problem. So for me, I look at it politically, even while you continue to hold him over there, have you solved any problem? You've not even solved the problem. Because there is Sunday Igboho, for me, he's just a figure. There is Sunday Igboho in the spirit of all his followers. And you wouldn't know what will emerge, what will evolve from that. So the more you continue to hold him, the more you're expanding the problem. So for me, I would have loved a situation where, you have political solution. Bring Sunday Igboho, discuss with him, put him on the table. Obasanjo did it during the Asari Dokubo era. He was able to grant him that political solution that led to his release. So why don't you do that, even for the Nnamdi Kanu that you are holding? The more you hold these people, the more you are exacerbating the problem. The more you are incubating the problem. The more you are suffocating the problem. And the more you are creating a vista of opportunities for other separatist, canvassers to have, a strong voice and begin to engage even in arms. Okay, so the issue is not, even if you continue to hold him there, have you stopped the problem? Have you assuaged the feelings of the Yorubas? Because there are millions of Yorubas who see him as the apostle. What is he canvassing for? Freedom from herdsmen who have been ravaging that part of the country. That's the way they see him. And you are making hero of him. You are even expanding his fangs and wings for him to fly like an eagle, soar, and then, continue to be a voice and a force in the so-called liberation of the Yorubas from the claws of Nigeria. So you're not helping the matter at all. That's the way I see it.
Thank you so much for joining me on the conversation this morning. It was such a pleasure to have you. Thank you. And thank you for sticking with me up until this time on the conversation. Don't forget that the conversation comes to you every weekday. That's Mondays to Friday. That means we're going to be back here tomorrow. But before then, follow TOS TV Network across all social media platforms. That's TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube and also stream our content on www.tostvnetwork.com. My name is Ade Suwalsuyi. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.